do you make of these protests that have been going on? The one in Chicago yesterday, a lot of people outside the CME saying tax trades, these rich fat cats are getting away with murder and killing all of our services and making us pay through the nose. You saw a separate incident unfurling a banner at a Monday Night Football game that protests Bank of America and Dominion Resources. There's anger at corporate America. I'm not saying that that is a widespread view, but it's more widely spread than before. What's behind this?
Well, I think it goes back to the question you asked before. The Republican Party is missing the boat. They should be going after the regime. The current,
what's the regime?
The current regime is Wall Street and the Fed having a giant party that's created a massive run-up in financial asset values while Main Street has struggled and barely moved from where it was at the turn of the century. That policy has to change. We need to get the Fed out of Wall Street. We need to allow...
And who replaces it?
The market. Supply
the same
and demand.
Market that you hated.
No, I don't hate the market. The market is totally domesticated and controlled by the free money from the Fed.
How would you control rates? Do we need a central entity to do that?
No,
Let the market forces say?
No, I mean, the heart of capitalism...
Sometimes nefarious individuals.
No, but the heart of capitalism is millions and millions of people taking a look at the facts and deciding by the second an hour what prices ought to be. We don't need 12 people setting the price of money. We don't need 12 people trying to manage the yield curve or trying to, generate wealth effects so that people think they're richer and spend more money and make growth happen. This is Keynesian nonsense, and it's something that I thought we had killed in the early 80s during the Reagan era, and now it's back in spades. And unfortunately, the Republican Party is like deer in the headlight. They don't even know they've been overrun by this Keynesian regime that's, for the moment, is kind of, fooled the country. But when the next bubble blows, I think they're going to be coming with the pitchforks and torches.
But it's the Democrats' election to lose, isn't it? I mean, they're the ones that have all the aces. Well, if it stays like this.
If it stays like this, if they can keep this bubble inflating, if the Fed, and it's not because Janet Yellen's getting a call from Obama. As I said, she doesn't need one. She's going to do it anyway. Right. She believes in this nonsense, but that's why Obama appointed her. So do we have any hope that any of this is going to change? I don't see much hope.
But every president has a political agenda when he picks a Fed chief, right?
No, but that's what's wrong with the Fed.
I hear you.
That's what's wrong with the Fed. We don't need a Fed micromanaging the economy or interest rates or pegging the price of money and debt and stock and everything else. That's what free markets are for. And if we don't get back to that, I think it's going to be very difficult to unwind.
And we should just explain, no matter who's elected in this or in a year from now, that's the person who's facing all this hell, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, and it's going to be one firestorm. It's going to be one nasty morning after, because we've been kicking the can ever since 2008. Supposedly, we had a wake-up call in September 2008. Instead of facing the fundamental problems confronting this country, we simply allowed the Fed to open up the spigot, massively increase its balance sheet, and buy a few years before the next disaster unfolds.
Wow. But in the meantime, you might want to keep buying stocks, because today the Dow is up 86 more points.